So the first thing about diamond art is it doesn't involve diamonds. It's a cheap craft. It really does not involve diamonds of any kind. What it actually is like paint by number, but with little small plastic faceted beads that get adhered to a sticky vinyl canvas. It's sort of like paint by number without all the mess, unless you spill the beads. So it does go by the name diamond painting, diamond art, diamond dots, and I'm sure there's other names as well, but they generally always have the name diamond in them. It's a fairly new craft over the last couple of years, and I started doing it about a year ago and really found that I enjoyed it. And I've always enjoyed painting by number, so this is very similar, but I think it's prettier when it's finished. So I thought I would show you a couple samples of what I have made and where you can get them. You can purchase the diamond art packages. Like I said, they go under different names, but I have gotten them from eBay. I've gotten those for about $5. You can get them off of Amazon. Walmart.com carries them. Leisure Arts carries them. There's lots of different places. The three that I have bought have come from Leisure Arts, Amazon, and eBay. So they're all pretty similar depending, there's slight differences depending on the brand, but for the most part, they're the same. So let me show you a few that I have made. This was my very first one, and you can see it kind of sparkles, and I'll get this up close so you can see the beads. And this one I did get from Leisure Arts. It was in their intermediate level. They have an intermediate, an advanced, and a beginner. And this one is still available. So this was my first one. And then I'm working on, I made one, but I gave away to my granddaughter, so I won't be able to show you that one. And that one I got off of eBay. And now I'm working on a 4-part seasonal one. There's one for spring, fall, summer, and winter. And so this one is the spring version. These I got on Amazon, and they were as a group. And they were, I think I paid $16 for them. So that was about $4 per piece. So this is spring. And there you can see they kind of have a little bit of iridescence to them. And then this is the fall. I have winter to do yet, and I'm working on summer. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when you get a package, what comes in it, and how you get it all set up. And I have 2 more to do that my mother gave me. I don't know where she got these from. But they're butterflies. There's a picture right here. That's what it's going to look like. But they're all in blue, and they're butterflies. So I have 2 of those. So I'm going to get the camera turned around and show you what comes in a kit and how you do your diamond art. Now, when you get your kit, the items that will come in it will be, of course, your canvas here, and it's covered with a plastic because it is really sticky underneath. So it's covered with a plastic protection. And then you get a stylus, and this is what you put the beads on with. And it has like a little, where the point would be, it's a little hollow tip. And this hollow tip, you're going to use a little thing of wax, which also comes with it. And you dip your stylus into this, and this is what helps the beads adhere to the stylus so you can stick it onto the canvas. You will get a little tray for putting your beads in. And you'll notice on this little tray, there are these little lines. Now, they always show in the pictures you turning the beads right side up. There is a flat side and a faceted side, and they show them all lined up so you can get to them easily. I don't do that. I just put a little bit at a time into the tray, and I found if I just gently shake it, a lot of them turn right side up, and I just work from there. But you will get a tray, and then you will get these little packages of the beads. They're all individually sealed, and they have on them a number. It's not showing up real well, but here you can see it. This is a number 7, number 8, 9, and so on. So when I get my packet and I cut it open, I dump it into here. I start with the first color, and on the corner of each of the canvases, it has a key here that tells you what color goes for what bead and symbol. So they're like 1 through 9 is just by the number itself, and then number 10 is the letter A, number 11 is an X, and there's symbols or letters after that. Now the one I am working on here is the summer scene to that seasonal grouping that I showed you. Now I've peeled some of the plastic away. I did that off camera since it's kind of noisy. And I have color number 6, which is the color I'm working on now. I have that in my little tray. And I'm going to open up the wax. And the wax lasts for quite a bit, so you just take the wax and just kind of stick it into it, just kind of poke it in, and it helps fill up this little hollow cylinder that's here. And all that is to help you, like I said, adhere the beads so they're easy to pick up. So that way I can get a bead on my stylus very easily. So now I'm just going to peel off a section at a time, and I'm going to look for any of the number 6s, and I'm going to just apply the bead. It's just like paint by number, except you're doing it with beads instead. So it's the same basic concept. And like I said, it is less messy unless you drop beads on the floor. Now, I just tend to work on I tend to do all one color at a time, and I just peel the covering off at a section at a time because I don't want any of the stickiness to dry out. And one of the tips I would recommend, because I've had a problem before, is when you finish with a particular packet, I keep some Scotch tape on hand, and I just fold it over and Scotch tape it closed so the beads don't go all over the place. So I always save the bead packets until I have finished and gone over with a fine-tooth comb to make sure I have not missed any of the little square sections. Now when you first get started with this, you try to stay in the little square as much as you can, but you will notice that sometimes you're not quite as straight or aligned as you would like it to be. But in the vast scheme of things, by the time you fill in all of these little beads, they pretty much even themselves out. They will kind of slide and get into place as you go. So if they're slightly off, it's not usually a problem. And it's really not that noticeable once it's all done. And like I said, the beads kind of straighten themselves out as you pack more and more into them. So I hope you've enjoyed our short little lesson on diamond art, and it's a new craft to try out. And next week's project, we are going to be making, actually over the next 2 weeks, we're going to delve into quilting. We're going to make a quilted pot holder. So it'll be a small quilting project just to give you a little taste of it, but we will be starting a quilting project. So that will be next week and the week after that. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please click that little red subscribe button down below. So thank you all, and I will see you later.